Mhm. Okay. Hi everyone. Today, Homan is going to share with us how to use Babylon.js to create a very nice webxr, the series. Okay, so before diving, if you are interested in getting Zoom with the speaker or with the teachers, feel free to support us on Patreon. Yeah, so if you see mine is unlocked, you can totally get into watch the video and also get the source code. So we are encouraging you to support us and let us keep running the show. And also, yeah, so help us. And also you get the code. And also we have different perks. If you kind of pay the premium one, and you can get the live link and being in Zoom with us and ask question live. So yeah, I will pass the baton to Holman, and Holman, yeah, you can take over. Thank you.
Thanks, Dom. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So in the, is this selected? Oh yeah, okay. So in the last class, I gave a brief introduction to webxr, and I made the case for Babylon because they have a lot of other choices for webxr, including Unity has an HTML5 export. There's also Play Canvas. There's also A-Frame. And so in the last video, I talked about why Babylon is a solid choice. It doesn't break backward compatibility, and it includes stuff like spatial sound, and like user interaction, and like some animation. So it's got a lot of stuff included in here. What I didn't really touch on is how you package it all together. So in the next couple of videos, we're going to be working on a single project, and the repository, I'll share it again. It's a work in progress because this is actually the where I'm writing a book, but it's at my name, Homan Chou /XR. And so in here, there's a book folder. It's in progress, but the about this book last time, it's is sort of what I covered in the first Skillshare. So making the case for Babylon.js. And what I didn't cover was how to actually make the project, because I covered that there's two ways to use Babylon. One is sort of the traditional way with script tags that you just pull from the CDN, content delivery network. So you just add a bunch of script tags at the beginning, and then you can just start writing your Babylon code within script tags right here, right on the page. So that's the easiest way to embed some 3D thing on a single web page. But if you're making sort of a bigger project and you have other dependencies, then using npm packages, these are node package manager, using packages that you download from npm is a more modern way, but it requires more setup because the different files that you make need to be bundled together, minified, and made into a script tag that you can include on your website. So we'll see if we can get to that today. But I also wanted to make the case for starting a project, which is a web project using a framework. So if you're familiar with web development, you may have come across Ruby on Rails is a popular one with startups. So Ruby on Rails, and maybe somewhat less popular is Phoenix. Phoenix. It's a little hard because I'm using two monitors, and this Wacom tablet is mapping to both of them. So it's a little bit hard to use. So Ruby is a language and Rails is a framework, but Phoenix is a framework on top of Elixir, which is the language. So we're going to be setting this up from scratch. So it will create a folder for us where we're going to put all of our files. And so why did I choose this one? Well, Elixir, the language, has some interesting language properties. For example, you have this concept of a mailbox. So you can write a thing called a process, and I'll just draw a circle to represent a process. And this is some code that actually just loops over and over again. It like calls itself and it's just looping, looping, looping. But what's interesting is that a process gets something called a process ID, a PID. And with this ID, different processes can talk to each other. So you can send a message from one process to another process if you know its PID. So you can say PID. If you know the address, you can say, send a message over here. And then in this process, it also has some state. So for example, you could have a counter inside. It starts off with 0, and then you could send a message that says like inc for increment. And in this process, if you had some code that's that's a handler, you could say, whenever I see this increment message, add 1 to my state. And so every time it received this increment message, it would get increased like this. So processes can hold some state. They can receive some messages. So these are just like tiny little servers. And in this model, they call that a gen server, which is based on the process. In this model, you can have code that runs independently from each other. So if we wanted to create an application, something like Zoom, where Zoom gives us different meeting IDs, we can have a URL, a website that hosts, let's say, rooms with some ID like 123, and that state could be maintained by a process. And you could have another room that's like 456, maybe running over here, and these two guys are independent. And you can even send a message to start a new server. So it creates a brand new server, or a room server, gen server. And you can also send it a message to have it destroy itself. So you can remove them. And so this is a good way to isolate memory. These rooms generally don't share any memory, so they don't corrupt each other in case of a crash. Normally in some other languages that have a single thread, like Ruby or JavaScript, its execution is sort of like one giant while loop. So while true, it's doing something and it's just executing, executing, executing. And if something goes wrong and there's a bug in here, it'll either crash the whole thing, or you can prevent it from crashing by usually putting a try around it and a catch around it, which would take the exception. And so it doesn't crash the whole thing, but your memory is sort of left in a weird state because it may have already changed the memory that all of this is sharing. So in Elixir's model, there's no sharing. Each process is just an independent little programming that's running sequentially, but you get parallelism through all of these processes, or you get concurrency running through all these processes. And if you have different cores on your machine, then you get true parallelism because each core handles different processes altogether. So that's sort of what's interesting. And I'm not alone in choosing this. Hubs Mozilla uses Phoenix channels and on Elixir. And there's also several other, there's at least one project that does, I think, a flight simulator that's also based on Elixir. So there's precedence for using this as a platform. So with that, I will switch over to the terminal to set up our project. So here I have an empty projects directory, and I will go through preparing our workstation. So I'm on a workstation, a laptop on a Mac that already has the software that I need. I think I have all the software that I need included. You're going to want to install Chrome. I think Firefox will work too, but to simulate stuff in VR, Chrome is a good one, and you're going to want to install a webxr device emulator as an extension. That'll be helpful. And you're going to want to install Elixir. So you can just go, how to install Elixir.
May I ask you how can you get the command line on Mac? Because I mean, I know how to do on PC, but I don't know how to do it on Mac.
It's a good question. So I like to use this command shortcut. So I do command space and I installed something called iTerm. But if you search terminal, your Mac comes with a terminal program that looks like this.
Yeah, okay.
And I installed iTerm 2.
E L
I,
I oh Elixir. Okay, Elixir.
yeah. So Elixir is the language that we're going to install. To get the terminal up
Mm.
for Mac, I recommend iTerm 2. It's a Mac.
I turn to. Okay, give me a sec. Oh, okay. Can you open it and which one to download? The big download button?
Yeah. So once you download this, you'll get an executable. You'll probably drag it to your applications or something like that. I haven't done
Oh,
it in a while, but
the
this is,
the download button, right? The big one.
yeah.
Okay.
So what that gives you, instead of this terminal,
Mm.
you get a terminal that looks like this. It's a little nicer looking and it has some other
Oh,
features, more configurable. Um, so I use iTerm too. And I think the regular iTerm, it's under like I think it's under utilities or something like that. But I
oh
just use
yeah.
I just use command space to search for things. So I just go like iTerm like
Mm.
that and it pops out.
Mm. Okay, so yeah. So
Now,
and Elixir, how can I install it or anything?
mhm.
Or
So you
any
go to just search the internet for how to install Elixir,
oh
and then it will tell you different instructions based on your operating system. So if you're on a Mac, there's instructions for that.
oh
Um, so Mac uses another popular utility called Homebrew. And if you use the Homebrew command, it can manage a bunch of command line things that you can install. So there is,
can you kind of okay, give me a sec. I'm trying to follow this Mac OS. Elixir install. Okay, install. Yeah, Mac OS. Oh, okay. So I need to use Homebrew or Mac Props. Which one is better? Should I
home,
download?
I used Homebrew.
Okay,
So
Homebrew.
if you use Homebrew, you have to install Homebrew first.
How can I install it? Just copy and paste that command line and let it run it.
So you're going to want to install Homebrew first, and then after you have Homebrew, you'll have this brew command.
How to install it? Can you share the screen?
Sure. So if you go to the how to search how to install Homebrew
Hmm,
on a Mac, this is the website, and it's this one line here. So if you click on this copy instruction here, I'll make
hmm,
it bigger. This is actually the command line. Um, well, it's the command. So
hmm,
it uses bash and then it uses curl. So
hmm.
all of these are built into the Mac. So
Oh,
curl will actually go and fetch from this URL and it'll run this script using bash and then it'll run some stuff and it will install it on your machine. So they've made it convenient for you. So all you have to do is copy this
copy, yeah, and
and then
then pass to
come back to the terminal
hmm,
and you do like Command V to paste
Command
it
V,
and
and
then
then
you
enter.
run it. Right. So I've already done it. So
Oh,
that means I already have brew. So if you do um, maybe brew, does it have a version? Let's see, brew V or which brew, which is a built-in command. It tells you if you have that command line installed. So if you say which brew, and if it tells you where it's installed, then it means you have it installed.
hmm.
And you
Oh,
you can do that with which Elixir or which curl. There's different commands. So that's how you can check to see if you have something. And if you don't have it, you have to go install it.
so I will type which brew because I think it's already done. While I uh oh, it says that opt homebrew bean is not in your path.
You want to share your screen?
Oh
Let me.
yeah, sure. Can I share the screen? Yeah, it's just this thing. Trying to follow up.
Brew. Okay, so you warning. Okay, that's just a warning installation successful. Okay. Okay, so close this or start a new terminal. So maybe it has to like
Uh, close it, right? Okay, let me close
because
it.
see what it
Oh,
I
close
think
it.
it I think I needed those instructions, but that's okay. Open up a new terminal again.
Okay, so command space, right? And then terminal. It's terminal or iTerm?
I term.
Okay, iTerm. Okay, so yeah, okay, so let me share with you. Okay,
Okay.
hmm,
Try which brew again?
which brew again? Mm,
Okay, go ahead and do that previous command. I think what you were missing is you actually had to paste in something into your beginning shell script.
huh.
Let me see. Let me see if I can find mine. Let's see. Cat V shell. Um, actually, just can you paste your previous command? We'll just run it again. I think it won't do anything.
Oh, okay. So,
Or else,
you mean this one, right? The brew thing. I need to run it. Okay, give me a sec. Let me share my entire screen so you know you can see. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So this one, right? I copy and paste this one to here.
yeah, I want to see
Okay.
it. But let's see.
Return. Enter. Right.
Enter. Yeah. Okay. Next steps, run these two commands in your terminal to add Homebrew to your path. So do you have a Z profile or maybe, okay, just copy those two commands. I would just do it one at a time.
Copy those two. Which one? Copy.
So from the beginning parentheses where it says echo
Eh,
semicolon.
echo. Which line? Which
Yeah.
line? Echo
So,
semi. Oh.
so it says run these two commands.
Run, oh yes, run this two commands. Oh, echo, right? Echo.
Copy that full line all the way to the end, all the way. Keep going, all
Oh,
the way.
keep going.
Yeah,
Oh, so it's like probably this. So
yeah. So
mm,
copy
mm,
and paste
copy,
that.
copy, paste this.
Okay.
Enter.
Yep, enter. And then
And
do the
then,
second one.
oh, this is so advanced.
Okay. Now, uh, see if you have homebrew.
Oh,
Which brew?
which brew, right?
Yay, it worked.
Oh, okay, great. Wow, this is amazing. Okay, okay, I
Okay.
will return it.
So,
Okay.
so what you did when you installed Brew
Mm,
is it added the program in
mm,
some other directories, but have you needed to tell your shell, which
mm,
is your terminal. Another
mm,
word for terminal is kind of like your shell, which is the program that's running in your terminal,
mm,
where Homebrew is. So what it did was it added the path to
mm,
your um to your shell.
mm.
Let me share my screen now. So whenever you open one of these, it gets some programs kind of loaded into it, some path. So if you do echo and path, you can see I have a lot of stuff. So all of this is in my path. So you'll be able to do this and Homebrew was added to your path. That's the thing that the two commands that you pasted added those things to your path. And your Z profile is a kind of configuration that's always loaded by this terminal. Whenever you open up a terminal, it looks for Z profile and it looks for your path and other things. And what you did was you now made it so every time you start up your terminal, you'll always have Brew available to you.
Oh, wow. So yeah, I got brewed and what can I do? Like a echo, some path, something?
Mhm. So
Oh,
these are the path. This is kind of a global variable. It will look for programs. So if I'm using, for example, ls is a command that lists program. So we're
ls.
going on a tangent into like comfort with the terminal right now, but I think it's important if you're going to be a web developer, you kind
Mm,
of need to know some of these things. So ls
ls. Yeah. Okay.
list is short for list the files that are here.
Okay.
um,
So I type ls and then I click. Oh, someone called Jim J is joining us. Yeah. Welcome.
hey Jay, we're doing a side
A baby holding baby hand, step by step terminal thing that I have no idea what's that, but yeah, I'm
okay,
glad that
everybody's
everybody's listening. Yeah.
everybody starts somewhere, right? So I'm happy to go through this stuff. Um, so you can type the command clear, which will just wipe this screen clear. And
Oh, wow. Clear,
yeah,
clear, right? Clear. Okay.
I always tell people,
Oh, it's done. Ah,
yeah, I always tell
okay.
people that learning the terminal or these commands is similar to how Harry Potter learned spells when he went to Hogwarts, is that you just learn them one at a time and you
Uh,
just like kind of remember them. And sometimes you just have to look it up.
uh.
So I have,
I actually I got another prompt. It says a control sequence attempt to clear scroll back history. Allow this in the future. Should I always allow or always deny? It's kind of a scary thing. I have
oh,
to choose.
meaning clear if you still want to be able to go back, or clear meaning it's kind of up to you. I mean,
Mm.
that's just a preference. Um,
Oh, so if I click whatever, it's all good. Oh, maybe I just forget about it. Okay, anyway.
you can change that. It's not too important.
Okay, okay,
Um,
great, great, great.
okay, so uh, another one is touch, which just creates an empty file, but you can name it. So I can say like hello.
Touch, I need to type touch, right? Touch, and then hello,
Yeah, but you can say
da,
hello to
t.
abc.txt, right? And
Oh,
then
wow.
if you do ls again, now you have two files.
Well, actually, you know what? I don't know. I think that this will be really helpful for designers. Remember that Kate wanna learn GitHub. I
Mhm.
think those
Yeah.
are, I saw the view start getting more and more just by the by you are teaching the command line or the
So look at
terminal.
this. The
Yeah.
terminal, you can
Uh,
go to the Finder
mm,
and vice versa. So if you could say
mm,
open dot,
mm.
it
Open.
opens up
Dot.
the
Oh,
Finder, and I can see this is the Finder window, and I created two empty text files. So this
oh.
Finder, you're more familiar with the Finder, and the Finder is easier because it has a graphical thing. So you can like select both of these and you can delete it. Let's delete one of them. So if I delete this,
Mm,
so I deleted the hello one, only ABC. If I
mm.
come back to LS, I can also LS, and now I just have the ABC. I can also do the long format. So if I say LS-L, it shows me
Oh,
the date. So I can say like who created it and on what date and how big is the file. So it's 0 bytes right now. So the
oh,
command line has a lot of useful utilities. You can actually like pipe things into it. You can say echo, hello, how are you? And then add it to the file like this. So you do that,
oh.
and then you can read the file. You can do cat ABC,
Mm,
and you can do tab complete. So I just write A and I go tab, and it
mm.
like finishes typing it for me, and I can do cat and it reads it out for me. So these are all like things
Oh.
that you can do in the terminal. Like you can make directories. I can use mkdir, my folder,
Mm,
that, right?
mm.
And look, it made a new folder over here, and
Oh.
I can move files in there. So if I do ls, I have this ABC thing. I can move ABC tab
Mm,
complete into my folder.
mm.
If I do ls, now I just have my folder out here. But you see, I moved the file in here. So you can basically do everything that you can inside the Finder that you can do in the terminal. But the
Oh.
terminal, you can also do string manipulation. You can execute little programs. So it's a lot more powerful in the terminal because you can actually chain commands together.
Wow.
To give
Wow.
you a really quick introduction to Git, see if you have Git. Do which Git,
Which GitHub, right?
right? So if you want to um, make a project get ready, I'm going to jump into that folder. So I can do CD, which is change directories, my folder, and it will change my current working path. So if you do current working directory,
mm,
it shows you what folder you're in. So I'm inside the my folder,
mm,
right? That's the same thing as if you went into the Finder and you sort of like, actually it's not the same because this shows you the folder hierarchy, but
mm,
I want to express that I am inside this folder. So if I
mm,
do ls from here, I see ABC text. If you
mm,
want to go up a directory,
mm.
you do cd dot dot, and that puts you back into the folders directory. So now if I ls from here, I'm looking at my folder, not abc.txt. Does that make sense?
Mm. Wow. Yeah, I mean it's really cool. I just couldn't remember all the short term. I remember CD or enter.
Cool.
Or like you press the upper key and it goes back. The back
Yeah, yeah.
action. Yeah, something like that.
That's
Yeah,
history,
the
right?
rest of it. Or
Right.
git bash or something. Yeah, something like that.
So
Yeah,
let's
other
do,
than that.
let's do a really quick, like 2-minute introduction to Git. So if you do cd into my folder, you can say git init,
Mm,
and I think it's dot, right? So I can do this. So I
mm.
initialized an empty Git repository.
Oh, but I
Now,
remember before you hook up to your GitHub, there's a key you need to get in order to set up your terminal.
that's if you want to like push code up to GitHub, then yeah,
Mm,
you got to put your SSH key on GitHub so
mm,
that you're signed in.
mm,
I'm just gonna show some really basic commands on Git
mm,
is that you can do, for example, I have ABC.
mm,
Let's cat ABC. Remember, that's to read what's inside. So I
mm,
say, hello, are you? So let's say I'm writing a book and I
mm,
want to have a commit. So I can
mm,
say git commit.
mm,
Um, just as this is the first commit.
mm,
So anything that I have in here that was under git init, actually, I think I need to add something first.
mm,
So do git status to see what the status is. And it says it has an untracked file here,
mm,
right? So I can add this. So I can say git add abc.txt. And then if I do git status, you see how it became green? It's going to, I've staged it. So anything that I commit now
mm,
that I have that is in green that I've staged will become part of that commit. And a commit is kind of like I don't know, it's sort of like a timestamp or a slice in time. So
mm,
if I say git commit,
mm,
it will commit everything in green, all the files in green, and I can add a message. So I can say first commit,
mm,
and then I clear the screen. Then I can add another file. So I can do touch, second file,
mm.
second text. I can um, add something to it. So echo, hey.
So that was pretty interesting. Can you see the file name? Interesting. I don't know why double quotes did not.
Did not come out in the thing. I think it because on the command line the double quotes are maybe evaluated or something. So now I have two files. So what does Git say now? It doesn't recognize the second file. Like I can add that to my commit. So I can say git add that second file and I do git commit adding second file. And now my git status is clear. But what's interesting is you can do git log. It'll show you a history. So you see how it has this SHA? These are your access point into that point in time. So let's say I messed up. I didn't want to add that second file. You can actually restore by going to the first commit. You can grab this thing and then you can check it out. And I don't even have to copy the whole thing. I can just copy part of it. I can do git checkout. You paste in the SHA and it will restore your workspace back to that point in time, I think. You are in a detached chat. Okay, yeah. But if I do ls now, you see I only have one file in here. If you look in the Finder, there's the one file.
Mm.
But if I check out this one, you see it restored it. So
Oh,
it is a time machine, right? It's like a time machine
wow.
tracking all the points in time. with these SHA, I guess like these commits. And so you can rewind, you can fast forward, you can branch. So it's pretty sophisticated, but this is sort of the gist of the idea.
Wow.
And so
Wow.
if you go to my repository
Hmm.
and check out, you can see all the changes I made to my book and all my mistakes and all the things that I've done if you wanted to pick it apart. But there's a whole history of it, and you can see who changed what. So it's good for like multiple people working on a project. So in a nutshell, that's sort of like your introduction to Git on a command line.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, along the line, we will learn more. Today is more like trying to see how
We're
powerful command line is.
Yeah, we're gonna, well, you need comfort on the command line as a prerequisite for the stuff we're doing.
Wow.
So,
Okay. Okay. I think all the designers, we will work hard and trying to understand what's going on. Yes.
but I cover the commands in the book. So you
Oh,
just
okay.
do like research. If there's a command you don't understand, just go like Google it, and then it's like, oh, like how Harry Potter learned that luminous spell, right? He didn't know it at first. He just memorized it. Okay, this thing makes the light go on. Okay, and that's it. You don't really have to know too much about it. You just have to know how to use it.
I see.
Okay, so I'm going to remove this my folder. So remove, uh, like force it. Okay, so I've removed it. So if I do ls now, I don't have that. So now, in my book, I covered installing Elixir, installing Phoenix. So if you go to the Git repository, if you want to read it slowly about how to install that, that's all in there. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit forward to setting up the first project. So I already have Elixir and Phoenix installed. So I have this command line called mix, which you won't have until you install Phoenix. So follow those instructions on my website. And then we're going to have, so mix is a utility for Elixir that manages packages, but it can also have some scripts in there. So it runs scripts like it can set up your database. It can set up, it has generators, like it can generate a new project for you. So we're going to use one of those generators now. It's called, let me clear my screen. Is this big enough? Text, I can make it bigger. Let's do mix Phoenix new. And then you give it a project name. So in my book, I called it XR. You can probably do that. Okay, XR. And then I passed it a preference, which is to use binary ID. Because otherwise, the tables that it makes, it use incrementing integer. So whenever you create like a new room, it would say that the first room is room number 1 and the second room is room number 2. And if you're working on big projects, you kind of want to have like maybe sort of a random looking ID. This binary ID will use a UUID, universally unique ID for the table. So this sets that up as the default. So if I run this command, it's going to create a whole bunch of files, and we'll take a look at what that does.
What's that?
I'm going to jump up to the Finder. What it did is it created an XR folder, because that's what I said my project was, right? So if you come back up here, I said mix Phoenix new XR is the name of my new project. And it created a folder with a bunch of stuff in it. Okay. If we open up the Finder, we can see a little bit of what it created for us. It created some assets. And in the future, this is where our JavaScript is going to go. It created some configuration. There's some dependencies. So all the things that it depends on, it will pull, it will download and put in here. It has a lib folder, which is where you're going to put all of your Elixir code for setting up your
Can I
site.
ask you like Elixir, right? And you mentioned another one is called Phoenix, right? Phoenix. Phoenix. Can you share the link for those two? Because
Sure.
I was trying to follow up. And also as for Elixir, right? And I kind of get in, and I was looking for like the Mac one install, but it led me to the Homebrew. So if I wanna do that, how can I follow up? Because I went to your GitHub, there's like, which link can I learn how to install it? Because I couldn't even see which tab that I need to read.
Yeah. I guess in my book, I said, Google how to install Elixir. Install it.
I mean,
Because,
how can I do it? It's hard.
actually, here it is. Here it is. So what happened
Okay.
was you got
Yeah.
lost on the first point. So in
Yes.
here, by operating system, if you're on Mac OS, it's not opinionated about how you want to install it. So there's a bunch of ways. And actually, in my book, I use something called ASDF, which is actually different from these. So that is your preference, depending on if you have Linux, if you have Windows, or a Raspberry Pi, whatever you want, right?
Just imagine you are talking to a 5-year-old kid. Okay,
Right.
what's AS? Like whatever you trying to
Right.
say
That's
something, I just don't know what's that.
right. That's why I meant like comfort with the terminal is sort of a prerequisite, because if you see this and then you try to run this,
Huh.
first of all, you don't even know where to run it, right? What does that mean?
Yeah.
This, right?
Can you just like a step by step? I
Yeah.
think,
So,
yeah,
so
I
you
think,
had to have you had to have known that you need a terminal.
yeah.
Then it's brew, which this will not work unless you first did this, which is the thing that you just did, right? So now
Oh,
you
so
have
I've
Homebrew.
already did that brew, and then
Yeah,
I will kind of just hit copy and paste run brew install Elixir.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
you got sidetracked on the first thing, which you didn't have Homebrew yet. But once you have
Yeah.
Homebrew,
Oh, it says
you'll
that
always have Homebrew.
actually it says that command not found wrong.
Oh,
Or
don't paste run.
don't pass around. Why? Oh
Okay, see
my
how it's
goodness.
highlighted here? See the color? This is the
Oh.
command. This
Okay.
is just the instruction for you.
Okay, anyway.
Would it be
Just-
easier if you shared your screen instead of
Oh, yeah. I share my screen. Okay. The beginner screen, let me share the screen so you know what
yeah.
how hard it is. You sound very easy, everything is so easy, but you see how hard it is for a designer with
Oh,
some coding background and trying to figure out what you are
what is
teaching.
this AI companion? What's that?
AI
what are
companion.
you looking at?
Oh,
For Zoom, I mean
AI companion.
Oh, I think it's just it is listening to what we're saying and it's transcribing it, right?
Yeah, something
with
like
that.
that. Or
Oh,
like
interesting.
a star summary would be good as well. Okay. Anyway,
AI,
so
generated
what I
code.
did is this, right? Running brew, clear
Yeah,
did
it's happening right now. You just have to wait.
oh, I have to wait.
Right? Like because you see that it's okay, so it's done.
Okay. It's done. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So now
Right.
do Elixir, type Elixir
Oh,
space
Elixir. Okay.
space dash V or
Should I capitalize? No. E
No,
E let
all lowercase, lowercase.
oh, okay.
okay.
Wow.
You have it now. Or
Yeah.
you can also do which Elixir. You learn the which command, right? Try which Elixir. It'll tell you where it's located now.
Oh.
Yeah. So you learned something, right? You now have
Wow, I learned something. Yeah. And then I have Elixir and I need like something like the bird.
yeah. So let me paste
Bird.
this to
Do you
you.
mean the Phoenix?
Yeah, Phoenix. Yeah, I mean, can
Phoenix,
you just
okay.
like
Good.
Yeah.
copy
So
and paste? Yeah.
click on that link.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So you need Elixir 1.14 or later, which you already did that.
Hmm.
It's the command to install hex. Go ahead and copy that. Go ahead and run that.
This one, Phoenix, this one,
The one
entire.
before it.
Oh, the one before. Oh, this one
Follow this
makes.
guide. Yeah, the reason I don't put this in my book is because it can be outdated, right? These guys
Oh,
producing it, they're going to keep it up to date. Follow these instructions exactly. So do that, paste that in your terminal.
this is not easy. Okay. Anyway, I'm just.
It's not
It's
hard, it's
it's
just
yeah.
detailed, right?
Oh, okay.
That's
Are
It's
you why right? Why or why in?
just why.
Y.
It's like
Y
the
Oh,
is
external.
yes, no, N is no.
oh, why make it together? Okay. Anyway. Okay.
And
Oh,
also the capital, it's very cryptic. The capital meant that it was the default. So if you just hit enter, that's also acceptable.
oh, wow. Okay.
But
Okay.
y, lowercase y is also acceptable.
Hmm.
Yeah. See, this all happened in the history stemming down from like the 70s. So all we had was this. All they had was that. They did not have
Wow.
graphical user interface, so this is what they were used to.
This was like my grandparents or parents was doing for computer. Okay, so
Don't get
creating
sidetracked.
mix.
Don't get
Oh, okay,
sidetracked.
okay,
Come
okay,
back to
okay.
the instructions. You're not
Okay,
done.
okay, 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 okay. So I did this, I didn't did this, so I need to copy and paste this, right? Run this.
Well, you did that already. See, that's just doing Elixir dash version, or maybe you didn't do it. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead, paste
Okay,
it,
okay.
paste
It's
it.
okay.
It'll tell you you're running version 1.14. 1.1. Wait, what? Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, but this,
1.14.0.
this is interesting. When you copy, you actually copied the whole thing, including
Oh,
the output.
output.
I
Okay,
don't know why they did that. That's kind of weird.
right.
I don't know.
So you actually have 1.16, but the bottom output you also copied, which meant that there's no such command. So that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
Oh,
Means
so
you
it's
have,
fine.
yeah, you have 1.16. Okay, copy
Should
that.
I copy this, right?
Copy it.
Mix, okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
Want to install? Yes.
Yes, okay.
Awesome. Okay. What does it
Okay.
say next?
I'm done.
You are done. Yeah, you're done. Okay.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Get back to you.
Okay. So at this point, you should be able to run mix Phoenix phx.new, and I'll share my screen again.
Okay. Oh, okay. Let me type it. Mix the me. Okay.
Yeah, right here.
Oh, okay. Give me a sec. Mix phx the new XR 2 dash binary binary dot ID. Okay.
Right.
Oh, okay. Yes.
So like I said, it creates a whole bunch of folders, and we won't go through all of it because frankly, you don't need to know all of it.
Mm.
And then it tells you you can cd into the folder.
Mm.
You can run mix ecto create, which will create a database for you, but you actually need to have a database here. So there's another dependency that you need, which I'll show you how to get. And then you'll be able to start your server using Mix Phoenix Server. And you can also start your server with a terminal. So first, we're going to address this thing. Why don't you share your screen?
Oh, yeah.
Try to run this, and I think you will get an error. Also, you need to CD. Don't forget to CD into XR. So if you want to share your screen as you follow,
Okay.
I will guide you through it.
Wouldn't it be cool if both
Yeah,
of
I
you can
think this
share
is,
your screen?
yeah, I think
Can we both share our screen?
No,
I,
not in Zoom.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Okay, so do PWD, present
P,
working directory.
PWD.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay, so you're still in your home, you're in Dominique folder, right? So CD into XR?
CD, enter.
No, no.
CD.
You see the instruction above?
Um, um,
Space.
oh, space XR,
Yeah.
There you
Now
go.
do PWD again.
PWD again.
Yeah. That just tells you what folder you're in. So if you ever get lost and you don't know what path you are, present PWD is present working directory. It shows you where.
Present working directory.
Now you see the difference is now you're in users Dominique XR, right?
Oh, wow. So where is the folder? Can I open it?
You're in the folder now.
Oh, yeah, but I didn't see the folder.
Okay,
Interesting.
go CD space dot dot.
Oh, cd space dot. Okay,
Enter.
enter.
Okay. Do present working directory again.
PWD again.
And then you see this is your current working folder. You're in users Dominique. Now do LS.
LS. Oh, wow.
Here's your folders, but you see how XR is one of the folders down below?
XR. Yes, yes.
So you're seeing it now, right?
Yeah.
If you want to open this in the Finder, do
Oh,
open space dot.
open space dot.
Enter.
Enter. Oh, wow.
Now
Okay.
you
Okay.
can see it this way,
Mm.
but I actually like to use VS Code. Do you have VS Code installed?
Yes, I have VS Code.
Okay, that's another way we can look at the
VS
file.
Code, this one.
Yeah. So VS Code, you can close this.
This is code VS Code, right? Or
Yeah. I mean,
Visual Studio.
close
Y-
the file that you were working on, this
Oh,
info.
oh,
This.
oh, info. Okay. Oh,
What
I
you want to
was
do is
doing
you want to
PyTorch.
open a file or folder. So you do Command O. See how the instruction
Command. Oh,
down in
oh,
the
oh,
middle, down in
oh,
the
oh,
middle. You
oh,
see
oh, oh, okay.
it's
Yes.
telling you?
Uh,
So you can navigate to something to open.
Oh, 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 oh.
You can go to, where is it? I think
Your
it's actually in your home directory. So it doesn't show up here. Did you set up your shell to open it from the other direction?
what's that from the other direction? I don't really
Oh, probably not.
Oh,
Here,
you
do you
just you try to command line and go code something,
code that?
maybe
But she
Yeah,
has
there you
to.
go, there you go, there you go. Okay,
like
yeah.
Oh,
here, right?
okay, yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
open.
right.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
now you're seeing the files in there.
Oh, wow, wow. I think this is very clean though. This is clean.
Yeah. And then you also get a terminal in here. So if you pull up the
I wouldn't
bottom,
go there. Don't go there. Don't go there. Yeah.
why not?
Where?
If you here, I'll share my screen.
Okay, please. Oh, wow. This is wow, mind blowing.
So the way I open it, so if I'm in a projects, I go ls or okay, so in cd into the directory, right?
Hmm.
Way I open up VS Code is I just do code here. So by the way, a single dot means this current folder. 2 dots means my parent folder.
Oh,
So if I do cd dot dot, then I'm up in uh, projects, present working directory. But if I cd into XR, then I'm inside the XR folder.
mm.
And do code dot means open up VS Code for this folder. So this opens up VS Code as well. So the other way is you can open up VS Code and then you can go open and then navigate to a folder, and that'll do here. In order to enable this, you have to add this to your path. So there's something, I think it's
Oh, yeah, because I did code that and I didn't got anything.
yeah, you have to do this thing here, shell command. So if you do like Shift Command P, it opens up this command palette, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
you like shell command.
Shell
You got to
command.
execute this thing, and then this thing will add it to your path. So the next time you open up a terminal, this code command will be available as a command in your terminal.
Mm,
So that's how you get that.
okay.
Too much. Too
Learning a
much.
lot of stuff today, right?
Yeah,
Wow,
you gotta
wow.
slow down. Command J would open up the terminal here.
Command J.
J, yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Command J.
And then
So
Command J again
Oh,
would close it.
here's another terminal here. I didn't even know that. Command J. That's cool.
how can I open the VS Code? Because if I put CODE and then dot. Oh, yeah. No worries. It's pop up. Okay, so yeah.
Oh yeah, it works now.
Yes. Wow, this is what a command line education. Yeah.
So the way I install a database, so
Mm,
on your machine,
mm,
it's telling you these 4 commands. It says cd into your folder and do mix ecto create. When you do that, do you get a bunch of errors?
mm. Oh, give me a sec. So I need to CD XR and mix. Oh, okay. Give me a sec. I need to kind of do this CDXR, right? And then the second one, I need to do the mix. Yeah.
Mix ecto dot create.
Oh, yes. I got 2 to 3 red lines.
Okay. I'm gonna do the same thing. So I'm gonna do mix ecto create,
Mm.
and it's going to say hey, I can't create a database because there's no database to connect to. Now, we could go install one, but because databases are kind of like kind of annoying and it has a lot of dependencies, I like to use Docker to
Docker, what's Docker?
Oh my.
that's a whole other
Too
thing.
much, too much. Slow down.
I mean, I can tell you, actually, I have some coding background, so I believe that this might need more days than you
So
can.
I mean, what kind of code did you use to write?
Unity C Sharp.
In C#. Okay.
Install Docker. Wow. Okay.
Do you have Mac with an Apple silicon or Intel?
I am M1 chip.
So
Okay, so Apple silicon. So Google how to install Docker desktop on Mac.
Or you can just paste this link into the chat and you can click on it.
Docker. Yeah, I'm trying to find. Wow, this is.
Am I sharing or are you sharing? I'm sharing, right?
Yeah, you share. Yeah.
Home and you're sharing.
All right. So I pasted it.
Okay.
Go there and click on the Apple silicon for you. And I already have it, so I'm going to just open my Docker. So when
Docker open.
So after you install Docker desktop, you should have something that looks like this. That's makes this little whale thing up there.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then you can minimize this or close it because you won't need to look at it again. But you do need this running.
Running. Okay, so I need to open it and let it run on the background.
Yeah, you just have to have it installed and
Docker. Wow.
so then in my book, I just paste this into a file. This will download and it essentially Docker creates like this kind of simulator, kind of like a Linux simulator. It will run programs in it. So it doesn't install other stuff on your machine and other folders or whatever. And it will download what's called an image for Postgres, which is a database, set it up with some default user and password, and it's all ready.
It asked me to sign up. Should I sign up or continue without signing?
You don't have to.
Oh,
because
okay.
You only need to sign up if you're pushing stuff into Docker Hub, which is to GitHub, but it's for Docker containers.
Do you push to the Docker Hub? No.
I have not. I have not.
Okay.
So I'm gonna paste some YAML.
YAML? What?
So this format of text is called a YAML format. So we're gonna create a new Docker Compose. So copy that. I'm copying this. And then in my terminal, I'm just going to do, oh, by the way,
have to be in the terminal. You can do it on the Explorer, in the Explorer, right? You right click, create a new file and all that stuff.
Yes. Or you can do pb paste.
Stop, it's too much.
pb paste. What's pb paste?
That's too much.
P.
No, I thought you want the Docker compose.
Can I do things?
Do it in the Explorer where you can right click, create a new file, name the file docker-compose.yml.
Okay, so what Jay is saying is that instead of doing pb paste, you can come to the Finder.
Oh, okay.
No, not even Finder, the Explorer inside the VS Code. Like right there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You can
like
say
write new file and then
new
do
file,
this.
and then paste that YAML in there. It's the same.
Okay.
It's not the same thing. That's way easier.
Okay. So what can I share my screen?
Yeah, please share your screen.
Okay.
And then we'll see.
Wow, this is very I would say very knowledgeable.
Yeah, so for the from now on, a lot of your stuff can just be done in this screen. Like you don't even need to go out of your screen anymore. So for example, whatever is on the left-hand side right now, right? You can right click it with your mouse and then you can do a new file. And the name of the file is going to be Docker, Docker, dash compose dot YML. Good.
Oh,
So,
wow. Okay.
so now you press enter,
Enter. Yeah.
right? And now you have the empty file already opened up. So now you take the chat, whatever
Okay.
Homan has pasted, starting
Okay.
the version, whatever, 3.8 or something. You just
Yes.
copy and you paste it in here
Oh, wow.
and you
Okay.
press save.
Oh,
And
press
then
save, right? Press
save will
save.
be Command S. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Now you're done.
Oh, thank you. Wow.
I gotta go. I'll talk to you guys later.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Cool.
with
Yeah.
that, we're gonna run this command, which I'm gonna paste to you.
Okay.
Chat.
Oh, so what I just did, like what's the thing? Like what's the result or why I'm doing all this?
This is going to allow us to create a database for our server so that we can have rooms. So remember that command that failed, ecto create. It wanted to create a logical database.
Logical database.
Right. But first we needed a database server running that it can create a database inside it. And so the Docker Compose will allow us to do it. So without understanding what it does, if you just run that command, Docker Compose up-d, it's going to use this Docker file that you just pasted, and it's going to pull down an image and it's going to run it in the background. So now when we go back to run our mix ecto create, it will work now.
This
Yeah.
So what I need to do is go back and mix ecto create. Go here.
Yeah. Boom. It's created. Yay.
Wow. 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 Okay, so this is today's class. Create a folder
So
using command line.
let's do one more thing now.
Okay, okay.
And I'll paste you the command. And it's to start your server. So actually, that's the same command that they output. So share your screen.
Okay, okay. Wow. This is so what a class. Okay. So what I need to do is go to chat Docker. Like what should I do right now?
So you're going to start your server. Just type, I pasted the command in the chat. That's the last command.
Oh, the last one. IEX
Yeah, just grab that whole.
dash. Oh,
Okay. So it's running a server now. So you see where it says HTTP localhost? If you grab that and go to put it in your browser, you are now running a full database back-ended server. So we'll be able to build on top of that now. So you see where it says localhost :4000 there?
give me a second. I need to see it. Local host. Where am I looking at? Local host. Which one?
Yeah, a little bit higher. See where
Higher.
above the blue line?
Oh, above the blue. Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Grab that, paste that in your browser.
Oh, a browser. Oh, okay. Browser.
Yeah, in Chrome or something.
Okay. So post on browser. Okay. Oh, wow. So what's
So now,
this?
well, this is Phoenix.
Oh, Phoenix. Okay.
You're running a website on your personal computer.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
And then in the next couple of Skillshare sessions, we're going to replace this home screen. We're going to add rooms so we can go to your local host 4,000/rooms with a room ID
Hmm.
and be able to have different rooms, different meeting rooms. We're going to have different meeting rooms contain different 3D geometry. Like you'll have one room we can put like purple boxes in it or something. Another room we can put green boxes. So you can jump into different virtual reality rooms. Then in the next class, I'm actually going to, set up the rooms so that we'll have each room be a database entry. That's why we needed to create the database, because we need to remember our room ID and all of that data is going to be stored in our database. We're
Wow.
going to be doing room-to-room communication.
Wow.
So, sorry, within room communication. So two browsers that navigate to the same room ID need to be able to send messages to each other. For example, I moved here or I moved over there. So when we get those messages, we'll be able to move the boxes to different areas based on the messages. So right now you have just built the basic framework to install. You did a lot, right? You learned about the terminal, you installed Elixir, you installed Homebrew, you installed Elixir, installed Phoenix, you started the Phoenix, you learned about Docker, you used Docker Compose to pull down a database, you created the database, and then you started the server. So you did about 10 different things, but you have now a running server. This is usually when people are introduced to web development, they're very familiar with all of this stuff. So for somebody who's totally new, this is a kind of a really quick introduction to it, but now you have a server, and then we're going to be adding pages to it. And then in the future weeks, we'll be deploying this onto the internet somewhere. We'll put it on
internet. Well, what does put internet mean? Is that Wi-Fi? No.
Meaning we're going to put it on the public internet, meaning right now local host means it's running on your machine.
Yes.
I cannot navigate to you, right? But you can simulate how your application will work on your personal computer. Putting it on the internet means we're going to pay for a server, or we're going to find maybe a free server. I actually have one that has a free tier that we can take our Elixir files and we'll host it on there, and it has a public URL. So being on the internet means that if I share the URL, everybody can get to it.
Yes.
So we're gonna do that much later, but that's a possibility now.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I think today you teach a lot and I learned a lot. And thank you so much for all the learning. I install a million things in my computer, even though I don't even know what I'm doing. But I copy a paste and paste a lot of like a unknown code. But anyway, I think it's interesting and it's getting very exciting. So yeah. Thank you so much for today's skill share. I believe anyone who watched live, if you have development background, you probably can follow through everything. But if you are just like me, who doesn't really know, I need to open my camera, who doesn't really know what's going on and trying to just follow through, you probably feel like, wow, it's a lot of things. But I think slowly we will get there. We just need to trying to learn things in our own way. And I think thank you so much for Homan's introduction. And I believe everyone learned a lot. And if you kind of don't know what's going on and you want to watch kind of like the step by step, feel free to kind of rewatch the entire thing. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. And see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.